For years now, the home projector space has been a little overcrowded and oversaturated. There are a lot of options that are out there that some are good and some are not. And a lot of brands are just pushing the same thing year after year without giving you a good reason to buy something new. And then you have a brand like Yaber, who's out there keeping innovation alive with every new projector that they release, giving you a good reason to upgrade over a previous one that you might have already purchased, but also maybe just switch from another brand. Yaber was kind enough to sponsor this video to highlight the launch event for the Yaber K3 at IFA 2024 in Berlin. As always, it was a great trade show to attend, but it was also pretty insightful to see the K3 product launch and also see it in action at their booth before they sent out this unit for me to test here in the office. But before we get to the unboxing of the projector and going over its features and showing you what it's capable of, I'm curious to know from you guys if you prefer a TV or a projector for your home media setup for watching TVs, movies, or even playing video games. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll definitely be checking those out. So now it's time for the unboxing of the Yaber K3. And to put all of this into perspective, the price point of this device is $499. The K3 is incredibly bright, rated at 1,600 ANSI lumens and a resolution of 1080p. And I know some of you might say that you would want a 4K projector instead of 1080p, but to get one that's this bright would be incredibly expensive, and definitely not at $499. The Yaber team was also done a really great job with the built-in cooling system, allowing it for much better airflow through the projector to keep things cool so that it performs at its best. The good news is that it's still incredibly quiet when compared to a lot of projectors this size, and the fan can barely be heard when you're playing media on it. Now, I've used my fair share of projectors over the years. The built-in speakers have gotten a lot better, but one of the limiting factors when it comes down to a projector of this size is just how much internal space is left over for the speakers themselves, allowing you to put in much larger, more powerful speakers. The Yaber K3 here steps things up when compared to similar projectors with dual 15-watt JBL stereo speakers, which feature Dolby audio as well. And I have to say, it's pretty impressive.
And fly.
He's a run. His chances aren't super good.
I will protect him.
Find that inside.
It's impressive how full of a soundstage you can get with this projector, but Yaber does have an option called the K3 Pro, which also adds a wireless subwoofer to enhance the audio experience even more, and it's only $100 more. So if you want bigger audio than what this thing has to offer, there's definitely an option for you. One thing that did surprise me with the K3 was the autofocus, keystone, alignment, and obstacle avoidance system that's built into this projector. I've used a few projectors that have a few of these options built in, but this is the first one that has them all packed into one projector, especially one of this size. It makes setting up the K3 incredibly simple so that you don't always have to have it perfectly positioned right in the middle of the room. If you have to have it off to the side just a little bit, it's going to be perfectly fine. And it'll make these alignments when you turn it on or move the projector itself. It'll calculate the distance between the projector and the wall to set the correct autofocus for a clear and crisp picture. It'll then analyze the angle so that it corrects the keystone so that the image doesn't look distorted. And if you are projecting onto a display, it'll actually auto-align with the image to the size of the boundaries of the display so that you don't have to make those adjustments manually. The projector does have two HDMI ports on the back and also a USB port as well if you want to load in a USB drive and load up all your movies and videos. But it also has Google TV built right into the system so that you can watch all of your favorite streaming services directly from this device without having to hook it up to anything else. That's what makes it so easy and simple to use. You can watch hours and hours of YouTube, Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon Prime Video, and even Disney Plus without any issues whatsoever. Now, usually if you do have a projector that costs $500, there are a lot of compromises you have to make in order to get a good picture out of it. Either you have to have a completely enclosed area so that there's no ambient light, or you simply have to forego having that clear picture and have something that's washed out. But with the 1600 ANSI lumens from the Yaber K3, that's really not the case here. Even in a room that does have ambient light coming in, the projection is actually really bright and crisp. And while I typically do prefer having a 4K projector, I honestly didn't notice that much of a difference even though the resolution was only 1080p. Especially for streaming TV shows and movies from Netflix or YouTube, you're really not going to be able to notice a difference unless you're looking really, really close. Well, this is technically not considered to be a portable projector. It is pretty small, compact, and light as well. It would need a built-in battery, which it does not have, in order to be a portable projector. And Yaber does have a full lineup of those projectors as well. So if you want to see some of those, be sure to check them out. But honestly, I'm looking forward to using this in my backyard in a couple weeks. We do have a party planned with a lot of people coming over, gonna run some movies or TV shows for the younger kids, and then maybe later on in the evening, using these amazing speakers for some karaoke for the adults. And that's gonna do it. If you wanna know more details about the Yaber K3, make sure you check out the link in the video description below. I honestly think it's probably one of the best $499 projectors that's currently on the market. And if you do wanna bump it up by $100 and get that additional subwoofer, I definitely recommend that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for Yaber for sponsoring this video. I'll catch you in the next one.